Hey everybody, GC13 here, and welcome to the Glitch Tech's Conspiracy Corner. Just about the first thing we learn in Ralphie Bear is Back is that Five's beloved birthday icon, Ralphie, has been gone for 10 years. Just about the second thing we learn is that his partner, Miko, is responsible for the cancellation of the Ralphie Bear birthday show. Or is she? Let's not put too much responsibility on Miko's shoulders. Jimmy Alcorn himself points out that while Miko may have been the last kid to freak out on Ralphie Bear, she was far from the first. Even if she was the last kid to attack Ralphie before the show was cancelled though, I don't think Miko was the last person. Come on a journey with me, my fellow Glitch Techs, and I'll explain why I think that our boss, Phil, was the last one to decapitate Ralphie Bear before his 10-year hiatus. The most logical place to start, in this case, is at the ending. When Jimmy proudly unveils Ralphie's new look, Ralphie Bear, to our three Glitch Techs at the end of the episode, Phil freaks out and decapitates the robot with a kick, just like Miko did earlier. Oh sure, this could just be comedy. After all, Jimmy admitted that the old robots even gave him the willies. Earlier in the episode, however, as Phil was rushing out the door to head to Joystick Jr., Jimmy tried to tell him something.
I think I'll stop by your arcade to check on my team for you, personally.
Okay, but before you do...
What could Jimmy have suddenly wanted to tell Phil? It's not like they hadn't talked recently. They had just talked that day to arrange for Five and Miko to sweep the arcade. In fact, Phil and Jimmy probably speak fairly often, since arcades are breeding grounds for glitches, to the point where Hinobi doesn't even seem to bother wiping owners' memories. Whatever Jimmy wanted to say was specifically related to Phil saying he'd be going to the arcade himself. And, well, it definitely doesn't seem like Phil has been to Joystick Jr. on his own time lately. When self-consciously explaining himself to Five and Miko, he says that all of his tickets are from back in the day. Still, did you see the way his eyes lit up when he discovered his ticket stash? How excited he was thinking about trading those tickets in at the prize counter? That's not a man who got bored with Joystick Jr. one day and stopped going. Something stopped him suddenly, without taking away his love of the arcade. Something like an unexpected run-in with a freaky bot that led to him karate kicking its head clean off. Let me paint a picture for you. It's the night that Aileen Staropoulos' birthday party has gone very, very wrong. The Joystick Jr. staff wrangles the traumatized children, while a by now very familiar routine takes place. Deal with the perp, and get someone out to put Ralphie back together again. Joystick Jr. was built on Hinobi. They make the arcade games, and the staff even use Hinobi headphones. Ralphie himself has Hinobi technology inside him, so it would make sense that people from Hinobi tech support would be on the scene to make the repairs. But wait, go back to that close-up. Do you see it? That woman, there with Miko. Mother of the shell-shocked birthday girl? Perhaps. But she's wearing glasses, and keeps her hair back in a bun. We do already know a character with a similar style. The safety inspector, formerly known as Barbara. If that were Barbara, though, who could that man be? Who indeed? Look at the hair color. Thanks to Bit's photo archive, we know that Phil lost his mullet long before the current day. If his work took him to Joystick Jr. on a day soon after a haircut, this could very well be him right here. Photographic evidence that he was on the scene the night of Ralphie Bear's last performance. We know that whenever Phil stopped going to Joystick Jr., he was already head of the Bailey Glitch Techs. I highly doubt such a promotion wouldn't mean a move to a new office, and an entire drawer of his desk was filled with a huge accumulation of prize tickets from before whatever made him stop. And, if he were already head of the Bailey office, it would make sense for him to head down to Joystick Jr. to make sure that his techs were doing good work. He may even have wanted to make sure the repairs had been done right. Even if you don't believe that that's Phil in that picture, you have to admit that he'd have every reason to be at Joystick Jr. that night. So, that must have been how it happened. Phil's been head of the Bailey division for a little while now, so he's comfortable in his role as the boss. When he gets word that there was yet another decapitation of Ralphie Bear, he goes down personally. Usually he's there for fun, but this time, it's all business. When he goes to make sure Ralphie's head is on securely, don't forget this is a frequent occurrence, the tech hits a switch and Ralphie pops up out of the floor. Like so many children at so many birthday parties, Phil is taken by surprise by the appearance of the freakish robot bear and acts on the combat instincts of a highly accomplished glitch tech. Ralphie never stands a chance. Shame immediately washes over Phil. Thankfully, I don't think he wiped anyone's memory of the incident. Jimmy was probably trying to say something about it when Phil hung up on him after all, but it still affected him deeply. Deeply enough for him to stay away from his beloved arcade for 10 years. And I don't think that's all. Remember that image we have? 5 said it was taken by a security camera. But what security camera would be that close to the ground? That's not being taken from up on the stage, let alone from the ceiling. To further prove that that image was taken from the floor, we can only see 2 of the 4 tables, which would have been hard to get into the photo with the stage so close. If you're still not convinced, and really, I'm supposed to be the crazy one here, we do get to see Joystick Jr.'s security camera placement, thanks to the hacking power of 5's gauntlet. There's obviously no way to tell if the security cameras were in the same place 10 years ago, but today we see that the birthday room camera is indeed placed high up on the ceiling. In fact, in a downright awful position to get such a beautiful summary of the grisly scene. There is another explanation for the photo. We know that glitch tech gauntlets are constantly recording a tech's surroundings and can be used to give a third-person view of any event the tech has been near. If a tech, like maybe Phil, was in the room at the time and had access to the data on their gauntlet, which the department head certainly would, they could easily get that image. And if that tech was self-conscious about something they did at Joystick Jr. that night, what better way to calm their nerves than to release a photo reminding everyone of someone else who decapitated Ralphie? You almost got away with it, Phil, but you couldn't resist returning to the scene of the crime for one last crack at the prize counter. Well guys, the prosecution has rested its case. Now it's your turn. Do you think that Phil is the birthday ruiner? What do you think about the case? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cartoon videos.